What's up, YouTube? I'm Z-Town Train, and this is just a basic dude vlog, and we are reloading another season of just a basic dude vlog. I know I took a long hiatus. Sometimes I just don't want to make videos, man. It's just, honestly, sometimes you want to be making videos for people and everything feels cool and stuff like that. And then sometimes you're kind of into your work and you're doing other things and surviving, I guess. Now, we did, however, order the Wacky Worm tube, and I haven't used it yet. So we are going to see together in our next video whether or not something's never changed. Whether the Wacky Worm Wacky Rig tube is more handy to actually use with the little holder and the tube and everything than it is to just put the rings on the worms with your fingers. I have a theory that it's going to be just as easy to put the rig on with your fingers, the O-ring, but it's going to be more convenient to carry the rings on the tube. That is my theory, and we're going to find out together. This video, I more wanted to talk about an online service that is called Smile Ins Labs, and this is not a paid-for video or anything like that. I just think you might want to check them out. My review, if I had to review and give them a number, it would be like a 4 out of 5. For the hardware, I would say a 5 out of 5. Basically, they send you a kit. You mix up your own impression material, put it in a tray, and do an impression of your teeth. Send that back to the lab. And then they can do things for you via mail, dentistry-wise. So I got a partial made because I'm not broke, but I'm cheap. That's why we do the reviews that we do. Getting a partial made for me was $400. Having a partial made through Smile Ins Labs was $100 for one tooth. That's a pretty great deal. And the only problem that I have with Smile Ins Labs was their shipping. The service that they use for shipping is abysmal. They got lost. They got lost trying to find my address, sent the package all the way back to sender, and I had to go through and have the package redelivered, and it was a mess, and it made me go and I put a horrible review on them, and I'm gonna have to go take that review back because I do really like the hardware that I got. I think that it looks good. It's comfortable. It's not uncomfortable at all. It doesn't hit in any weird places. It changes the way that you speak a little bit, but that's because it's almost like when you're wearing a partial, your teeth hit it and stuff like that. I hope that it doesn't whistle too much. We're going to find out through this video whether I'm trading the lisp of missing a tooth for the whistle of having it in. That's an interesting trade. But overall, I would say that cosmetically, I find it very pleasing. I've always said when it comes to missing one of my front teeth, originally my teeth got knocked out working for a livestock auction yard. I took a gate in the mouth and it knocked out my 2 front teeth, broke them off, and cracked another one. They were great. They paid for everything to get fixed. Really awesome people. Anyway, but after that, a few years later, I got hurt and I was in a neck collar for a whole year. The better part of a year. During that time period, it put so much pressure from my chin into my teeth that it took out one of my crowns. And I've had a partial made before, and I wound up breaking the partial. It's like there's a great big target on that tooth. You know what I mean? It's like this thing where multiple times I've had it worked on, fixed, and lost it, right? So I'm hoping that this one lasts, and maybe because I'm older, I'll take a little bit better care of the hardware, I guess. I don't know. But it did turn out really well. So Smile Ins Labs, they have a deal on Amazon. It's $100 to get a single tooth partial made. So if you're missing one up front, they send you a kit. You do the impression, follow the instructions explicitly. Do the impression, you send it back, they make your hardware, and they ship it to you. And it turned out great for me. I mean, like, the hardware's a 5 out of 5. I really like the way it looks. It doesn't have any weird rough spots. It's not hurting me. They send you a little set of files to clean it up a little bit if you want to, or if any parts are in like a high point or a low point in your mouth to mess it up. But honestly, I didn't have to do a whole lot. I did have to take a little bit off because where it hits up here by my what's called your philtrum, it's that little flap of skin between your lip and your gums. It was hitting my philtrum just a little bit, and that was sore. So I just took and filed a little bit off of that top part in the front, and it fixed her right up. So we're getting ready for more videos. I'm going to do a video tomorrow on the Wacky Rig Tube. I'm excited to try this out. Been fishing a lot lately. The problem with fishing lately is that I'm not catching the fish that I want. I'm catching fish, but mostly small catfish. And I did catch a nice largemouth bass earlier, but it wasn't the kind of fish you'd write home about. You know, it's not going in anybody's Lunker trophy wall or anything like that. But I did throw a picture of that on the channel showing that Placino fishing kit works. So, and that thing's been great. I really like the Placino fishing kit. So that's still, even now, I mean, I would say now it's a 5 out of 5 for me, for the Placino kit. Doing a lot of fishing, doing a lot of night fishing. I'd like to catch a grouper maybe. I've caught some catfish. One that I wish I'd have kept because it was huge and I didn't keep it. It was just, I was feeling, you know, when it comes to catfish, you've got to really want to dress that thing out and eat it if you're going to keep it. Because, you know, you might, it's just, you have to want to eat it, right? Because what's the other reason for keeping catfish besides frying them? There ain't a good reason. So I threw that big old mama back because she looked like she might have had babies. The way that her stomach was set up and the time of the year that it was, I think that she might have been getting ready to drop eggs. So I feel good about putting her back, to be totally honest. And even now, right now, there's a lot of them coming in that I'm pulling off the Matlacha Bridge that I think have babies in them. I do. And so it doesn't hurt me to put them back. I did crazy fishing story. I'm at the Matlacha Bridge one night. It was a night that I did one of the live streams. And all of a sudden, something grabs a hold of that Fierce 4 combo with the nice braid on it. And that thing starts spinning. It's going, right? And I'm thinking I've caught some kind of giant trophy fish, right? So run, grab the pole, set my drag, and start working on reeling this thing in, right? Well, I get it up to the top of the water, and it is a stingray, like an easy 5 foot wide stingray. And you can eat stingrays, right? But I'm not going to eat that one. I'm going to put him back. He's been around a while. But the thing was I had a circle hook. So the hook was hooked real good in its mouth, and I didn't want to leave it in there. So I went all the way to the end of the bridge, and I took my line over top of the electrical box at the end of the bridge, and I threw everything out of my pockets, and I climbed down the rocks into the water on the Bat House Park side of the ridge, and climbed down there in the water and got my hook out of this giant stingray, because at this point, he's kind of up at the rocks, and he ain't moving too much. He knows he's caught, so he's not fighting too much, and there's not a lot of water going over his gills. So I get down in there, and I had a pair of heavy wire cutters, and I put it, I just took the hook itself and cracked the hook in half and got him off there. And then I thought he was dead. He stopped moving. He wasn't doing anything. So I went and I grabbed him and I kind of shoved him off into the water to see if he would still, and boom, he figured out that he was free and he took off. But I didn't feel right keeping him. You know, I'm not going to eat a giant stingray, and he'd been around a while, and, you know, it just didn't feel right? It's not illegal, I don't think, to catch and eat stingrays, and I've heard that they're good. But, you know, he looked like he'd been around a little bit, and maybe he was just too cool to kill. I don't know, man. Anyhow, so Smile Ends, 4.5 out of 5, the minus 0.5, 4 out of 5. The minus 1 is for shipping, fighting with shipping. We're going to be doing more fishing stuff, and we're going to be doing a few videos a week here for the next month or two. Just to have some fun. It's just something I'm doing to bring back the fun. I like doing this hobby. It's just I don't do it all the time. Anyway. Shout outs. I'm not going to put anything about this in my description because I don't want people to feel as if I'm trying to ride off the coattails of their channel's success or anything like that. These are things that I'm just a fan of. I'm not going to put anything about this in the paperwork. I'm not going to put any hashtags in. I don't want to use anybody else's success ever for like my own advertisement, right? But some channels that I've been listening to recently, I've been listening to the Country Rap Shit podcast with Chop Easy, who happens to be a rapper. He puts on this podcast. He has a co-host named Larry Dale Reed, Space Dad, Jason Reed. He has many names, and he's a man of many talents. But Chop Easy, Country Shit podcast, it's been pretty good. It's interesting. Some of it's kind of dramatic, but he plays like really great music. That's why I listen to it. I like to listen to all different kinds of rap and country music and rock music, and the genre presented on this channel is rap and country rap, and the podcast is pretty good. It's not bad. So go check him out. Just an interesting dude. If you've made it this far in the video, why don't you go check out his video? Anyway, I'm not going to put any of that in any of my hashtags or anything like that for the video because it just feels weird. But I feel like Chop is out there representing rap for us big boys, and he makes decent music, good music. I enjoy listening to it. He has 1, 2, 3 like really good songs, and then all of it's listenable, right? And then like his opinions on rap, pretty good. He plays some good stuff, man. You guys should check him out. All right, well, I'm Z-Town Train. This right here, just a basic dude vlog. And I'm out of here. You guys have a great day. Enjoy your day. Surprise videos are back. Bye-bye. Bye.